Hello guys, how are you? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Victory Hosang, and I'm a mental health advocate, a spiritual mentor, and other things. Like the fact that I'm a recording artist and I'm a designer who specializes in making handbags as well. So today, for all of you who don't know, today is Mental Health Day, right? It's Mental Health Day, which is why I'm wearing my green to represent raising mental health awareness. And I thought I would come on here just to talk to you guys a little bit and just to share a little bit of what is in my heart in regards to mental health. And so one of the things I want to share, or some of the things I would like to share, are some poor choices that we as humans can make in our lives that can bring on a mental disorder. Alright, so I'm going to get into some of those things. One of those things, very importantly, has a lot to do with your sexual choices. Alright, when we make poor or immature sexual choices, sometimes we get ourselves involved in situations that can bring on a mental disorder. For example, having unwanted children when you're not financially ready, when you have not met the right person for your life that's going to stand by you, when you're not mentally, spiritually, and emotionally mature as well, not just financially. That can help to trigger a mental disorder like depression and anxiety. When you make poor career or financial choices, meaning that you don't plan your life. You know what I mean? It's like you're living your life playing it by ear. And so you find yourself in situations where you're constantly broke, you never have money, you don't have a proper job, or your job is not paying well, or your career is not paying well, or you set up your life in a way where you're not able to afford your life, so maybe your expenses are more than what your income is. And I know that that has a lot to do with the economy that we live in as well, but it also sometimes have a lot to do with our poor choices in life. All right. Another one, very importantly, is the spouse that we choose to date, to have serious relationships with, and to be in intimate relationships with, and even to marry. It's very important not to rush into marriage. It's very important to work on yourself before you rush into marriage. And if you're someone who have gone through any form of trauma, whether it be mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, or sexual trauma, and you're unhealed, meaning that you haven't gotten professional help, or you have not gone on that healing journey to heal yourself from these inner wounds that you're living with, and therefore you're living with inner turmoil, and you're somewhat emotionally, mentally, and spiritually torn and depleted. That can cause you also to make very poor choices in the partner that you choose to be with and to get intimate with, because you have not placed enough self-value on yourself. You have not done the work mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and even financially to make sure that you're fully equipped and healed to deal with a relationship, so you will attract poor choices, put it that way. You'll attract spouses that are not good for you, so you'll find yourself ending up in relationships that you're not happy in, you're miserable in, and you wish you'd never get in. And that's all because you never did the necessary work on yourself to attract someone on the same frequency as you, who have done the work in themselves. So basically, you're damaged, you're attracting damage most of the time. Alright, so it's very important that if you have gone through trauma and you're living with inner turmoil, it's very important that you get the necessary help that you need. Before I go any further, I want to say, if anyone is out there that is struggling mentally, emotionally, spiritually, You can contact me on WhatsApp at 1-876-373-7644, and we would be happy to have a consultation with you if you have any concerns about something that you might be going through and you're not sure exactly how to handle it. All right, so I just want to let you know that for those who haven't made the mistakes already and have to get on the healing journey to do the work to repair and heal themselves, I'm trying to reach out to some persons to help you guys of making better choices so you don't end up there. All right, also it's very important for you to be true to who you are. Right, we're living in a world where like there's so much noise and so many images. It's, sensory overload, and you're seeing so many things on social media and everything. So a lot of the times, a lot of people have lost who they are, trying to be something else, trying to be someone else. Be who you are, be true to yourself, because not being true to yourself can also bring on a mental disorder, because you're constantly living a life or pretending to be someone that you're not, and at some point that's going to backfire on you. So you want to make sure that you're being true to yourself. The choices that you make are in alignment with who you are deep down at the core. The friends you keep, the hobbies you have, the places you go, the music you listen to, all of that should be in alignment with who you are at the soul level, or else you're gonna have inner conflict and inner turmoil. So those things can onset, or rather offset, mental disorders. I want to go back again to just mention one more time about those who have experienced trauma, whether it's sexual, mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual trauma. Whether it is that you have never told anyone about it, you have kept it to yourself, even if you've spoken to someone about it but never get help. Whether you're a male or a female, you might feel like you don't want to talk about what you've gone through because of shame. Listen, there should be no shame in your game. Anything can happen to anyone, and anything that happens to you is not who you are. It's just an experience that you have. You don't have to live with inner turmoil. You don't have to live miserable for the rest of your life, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. So get on the healing journey to work on yourself and become whole. Become whole. Attend to your whole self, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially. Become your whole self. And if you feel like you have a lot of work to do, you don't know where to start, you're not sure what's going on, because I want to also make mention very importantly, because I'm not just a mental health advocate, I'm also a spiritual mentor. And I want to let you know also that sometimes there's a very thin line between a mental illness, a mental disorder, and a spiritual warfare or a spiritual attack. And it's very important to know the difference. And if you're not sure how to decipher the difference, reach out to someone that can help. My name is Victory Hosang. I'm a mental health advocate and a spiritual mentor. Thank you guys for listening to me. Remember that your mental health matters most. Happy Mental Health Day. God bless you all. One love. Namaste.